Hi guys, this is Cross here of Eclipse Gaming TV and welcome to part 61 of my Lower League to Champions League challenge on FM2014 with Dover Athletic. And in a bit of a change around and following on from the advice that I have been given, we are going to see a change in formation. We are squaring off against Chester today, who are up in 8th in the table. So that's the direction we need to be heading in, but we also need to be pushing much further ahead from that as well. As you can see, we've gone on a fairly poor run and now leaves us 10 points away from that all-important playoff spot, which is where we need to get to. So I've decided to ring the changes, followed the advice that I've been given by you guys after the last video, which is very much appreciated. And then this is how things are going to be working. We're going back to our same 4-4-2 diamond formation that in the end brought us success in the last division. A little bit of a change at the back as well. We've got Borrowdale in for Tom Winter at left back, McCain and Cagna, who are our main two, and then at right back we got Fraser Frank slotting in. Big reason for that is that players that have been filling in that role are actually midfielders, and they are all now being used in this system. We've got Grant Roberts, who filled in as holding midfielder for us last year as a replacement and an upgrade to Harry Milton, is taking that role again. We've got Sawyer and Hughes in the midfield, who Hughes is going to go up and down for us as a box-to-box type midfielder. Sawyer's just going to get himself stuck in and try and win some challenges in that midfield area and try and break up the play. We've got Peter Sweeney, who's got the best creative stats and also 13 long shots, so he's slotting in as attacking playmaker. And then we've got Adamola and Birchall up front. I do have Nathan Elder on the bench as a foil and to throw in and to give us something a little bit different. Whether this is going to work or not, I've got Birchall in as a false 9 as show these ratings here, and this is what his stats say he's one of the best positions at. So he's going to drop back, be a little more creative and try and link things up, and it might give opportunities for Sweeney and the pace of Adamola to get in behind defenders if they have to drop back to track Birchall. So we shall see how this is going to work out. In theory, really well, but who knows, we shall have to see. And the press are already against us. The odds are against us against Chester. I don't think we've got a hope in hell of winning this game. So we'll see how that pans out. A little bit unlucky if we stick with this formation for Daniel Sparks, our left winger, who's been on stunning form. He's on the bench, and I'm training him up to fill that central attacking role as a potential replacement, and then we can drop Sweeney into the midfield and use him as a playmaker. Also had words about using team instructions. That's something that I've, to be honest, overlooked. I have thrown in to keep a more defensive line already, as a matter of course, but I will keep that in mind and potentially make a few changes as the game moves on. I've had a little bit of a look at the options that are there, and for the most part it seems to be situational and stuff that we can only really throw in once we're live in the game. But thanks for the tip on that, and if I could be using that better than I am from what I think is the best way to go, then please let me know. As you can see, odds are very heavily stacked against us here, which is a little bit worrying, but I have faith. I think we might do alright here. Of course, as this was the formation that we were using last season, the players are already up and ready to go on it, so I'm thinking we're going to be okay on that front. So we're closing down there. Few little changes just to get things up and running here. Okay, tell the players to go out there and enjoy themselves. Not a bad plan. That's how, lads. Good luck, and let's get on with it. Hoping for a more solid defensive performance with the chance of a few goals at the other end as well, which has never really been our problem, to be honest. Not aside from the odd game where our big strikers have left their shooting boots behind. Nice for a kind of mop up, but we are up against it now, and Oh dear. I guess whatever you work with defensive formations, if you get caught on the break, McCain needed to make that. It shows the wonders of this level of having someone with a bit of pace up front. It's unstuck us. One man pretty much managing to beat 3 defenders. And for those of you that are watching this live, apologies, it's taken a little bit longer than even I'd planned to get this part out. If you're not watching it live and you found this later down the line and you're catching up, well, the next part is probably going to be ready to go for you. Chance for Sweeney. Ball to Birchall, has a bit of a long range effort. Deflected and out for a corner. Sweeney, good ball in. Oh, wow, nearly an own goal. McCain taking a bit of a knock. Sweeney again. Dangerous ball last time. Got to make sure we don't get caught on the break there, and we don't. Fraser Franks is hanging back to mop up. Okay, now we need a bit of cutting edge. It's going backwards so far. Sawyer, though, feeds it through to Birchall. What can he do with it? He can slot it into the back of the net. That is a finish and a half. Very nice. That's his 8th of the season, and we'll take that just before half-time. Sawyer, great ball through. If it's not Sweeney that's linking up the passes, it's pretty much Sawyer from that central midfield area. Now it's got to keep it tight, make it at half-time if we can. And Paul Smith nearly has an absolute mare. Just need to get hold of the ball now, boys. Luckily that chance is skimmed wide. Chance for Birchall again. Can he make it 2? No, he can just side foot into the keeper. Okay, all I can really do so far is tell the lads I'm happy and to keep going. I'll look at the options I've got. So I've got Elder and Sparks in the attacking side of things. Need to monitor the fitness of Devante McCain. I've got Teddy and Goy to throw in. But there's one comment, I might have to dig it out from a couple of videos ago and mention it in the next part, which is... It was a great little comment, actually, and it's kind of a disappointment that I haven't got it to hand, but it was a comment about the stats of Teddy and Goy. I know we looked at him and saw that his sort of mental stats, that middle column, is very, very low in a few areas, and I think it might have been something in connection with that pretty much confirms that he's just not going to be able to do the job for us, and that's a great little pickup, actually, something I hadn't noticed, and I probably need to dig that out, but... oh, wow. This guy knows where the goal is. But again, bit Route 1 stuff. Flick header. McCain nowhere near in the midfield, nowhere near him. This whole idea what we're trying to work here. Not really happening if we're conceding goals like that. Sweeney tries to feed in Hughes. Sweeney chance to pull the strings. Adamola through to Birchall. Needs to find a finish and skews it just over the top. Ugh. It's at times like this where I could do with Lee Hughes being in the side, but unfortunately he's out for a month and a half, 2 months. Well in Franks. Birchall up to Sweeney. Got some good long shots on him, and he goes for it, but it's over the top. Gave that a right lashing as well. Let's chase the game a bit, switch to attacking. Bertel to Adamola, needs a finish, finds a finish, 2-2, come on boys. Go keep the attacking formation, go try and get 3 points out of this game, we deserve it. I think what I will do at this point, as I don't know if it's to do with the injury or just having a poor game, but McCain is struggling, so I'm going to throw in Teddy and Goy. Anything else at the attacking side? Well, no. Mark Hughes not really got a central midfielder to replace him with, and I guess the only option is to take Sweeney out, who hasn't been having a phenomenal game, and throw in Daniel Sparks and see if he can bring something a little bit different as offside. But what a finish that is. What a way to get your hat-trick it would have been as well. And what even was that finish? That's just crazy. Butchers tries to head into Adamola. It's cleared up. Broadell gets us running again. Sweeney, ball to Hughes, to Adamola, back to Sweeney. Butchers to Adamola, who feeling confident, goes for the shot. Okay, let's throw everything forward. Final minute, no chance. But managed to get a point out of it, which I'm fairly pleased with. Press had pretty much written us off. And we are facing a team that are higher at the table than us at the moment. But would have liked to have got more out of that at the same token. Still leaves us down in 15th. Still leaves us a fair way off. Still 10 points off that bottom playoff spot that we need. So we're looking in better nick than we were at this stage last season, but still lots and lots of hard work needs to be done, and we need to be beating better teams than Chester if we're going to make that happen. Got another game coming up in very quick succession. Bit of a grudge match against Dartford. Fairly local team. Can get up to Dartford in 3/4. Yeah, probably about 3/4 an hour, something like that from Dover. Okay, taught that the morale is low. Okay, so that worked well. All the boys got behind that and agreed that we needed to step things up, which is great. Hopefully that'll be a nice little boost to morale. Maybe we can add to that by making it 4 points out of 6 on this part. Here's hoping. Right, let's see what we got then. A few comments about Paul Smith being our weak link, our goalkeeper. Not too sure I agree with that, to be honest, looking at the amount of league appearances he's got under his belt, but whatever you say, son. Right, let's see what the plan is here. Just done a quick pick, and Peter Sweeney's been dropped out in favour of Alex Sedera. Not too sure about that, but I will throw Sedera on the bench, I think, because it's nice to have an extra foil in that sort of central attacking role. Might give Daniel Sparks a run out if things start moving in our direction. But Sawyer and Hughes with Roberts in the holding role. Vicagna and Ngoy, I guess we've got fitness worries about McCain. 93%. Form he's been on, he's going straight in on that. Winter back in at left back. Marlon Romeo going in at right back instead of Fraser Franks. Yeah, I'm fairly happy to do that, I think. Not been worried about Romeo. The few things he can do is run fast and defend pretty well. The rest of it is, well, leaves a lot to be desired, but I'm not too fussed about that. Nathan Elder is available, but after Adamola's goal, I think I might keep him in, at least for the time being. So let's go with this and see how we get on. Dartford are the favourites here. They are on the same number of points as us though, so a good chance for us to leapfrog them if we can. And then that puts us on 22, so that gets us back up to 11th, just behind Chester, who we managed to nick a point off last time. Alright, let's go. Talking to the lads about turning the run around, that's exactly what we need to do here. Turn it into a run of successive victories. Give me something to smile about when I'm recording these parts. Chance for McCain. I don't think he knew too much about that one. That is... oh, who's that guy from Newcastle? That's a Shola Amiobi goal, that is. But sometimes when things aren't going your way, that's all you need. One off your arse, one off your knee, anything. Just as long as it goes in the back of the net. And with our new defensive formation, bringing in the diamond, that's not a bad effort from very, very long range. Extremely ambitious, but I was getting worried there. Yellow card for Roberts. Playing a bit of a clubber role in front of the back four. But not much happening from either end, and I would say no news is good news since we're the team with the 1-0 lead. Chance for Sweeney to pick out Adamola. Gets himself offside. Side-foot effort was going straight at the goalkeeper anyway, so probably wouldn't have done too much damage for that. Adamola manages to beat one and cracks off a shot at the goalkeeper, who has to parry that away. Chance for Hughes, and McCain with his second of the game. Was thinking maybe I should leave him out after taking a knock in the last game. Glad I didn't, because that's 2 for him straight off the bat. Sweeney with the set piece. Mark Hughes with the header. And McCain able to nod it home. It's a bit more like it, boys. I think what I'll do might be a little bit of a mistake doing this. It's kind of early on, but I am going to throw in Daniel Sparks, who I'm training up into this central attacking midfield role in case we did decide to go to the diamond, and see what he can bring to the table in that position. Different kind of player, a bit more direct, slightly less creative, but he knows where the goal is. Not afraid to beat players. Ball in from John Wallace there from the corner. Ex-Dover and ex-Gillingham. One of Dover's best players when he was there, I would say, but manager didn't fancy him too much, and he spent more time than he should warming the bench. saw him come on in the FA Cup against Huddersfield for the last 20 minutes, and he pretty much ran the show. I'm surprised he wasn't starting that game, but it's the way it goes. Managers just don't fancy players, and it's a real shame. It's usually players that I really rate and would be playing every week, so... And we've still got 20 minutes left to play, just over. 2-0 lead. Nothing really coming in the opposite direction. Nothing for us to feel particularly threatened by. So I'm perfectly happy about. What I will do also is throw on Nathan Elder for Adam Birchall, who's not done anything really in this game. Throw Elder in as a target man. John Wallace over the top from the set piece. So it could be in trouble. Oh, don't get yourself sent off. Lee Sawyer, what you doing? Got all our midfielders in the rotation. We don't need stuff like that happening. Right, okay. Okay, what I've got to do then. Give Sparks a little run up front as a striker. Alex Hadira can play midfield. Actually, I can still keep it going. We'll just have Elder up top on his own. Yeah. Elder up top on his own. That's a better plan. Done. Okay. Only 7 minutes to survive. 2-goal cushion. I'm not feeling particularly worried about that. Only concern we do have is that we've lost Lee Sawyer for the next game or two. I know I'm not exactly short on central midfielders, but could do without losing any. Nathan Elder! Beast. Sort of kept him out the side in place of Adamola, but I think I might have to reconsider that, because straight away, ghosting in, working hard up on his own, boom. Another one of his signature goals from outside of the box. Pretty much all he scores for us. You wouldn't expect that for a big man that you can pump it up to the win headers. But we'll take that 3-0 victory. I'll tell you what I might do. Lewis in the FA Cup. And it has been a while since I've thrown up a part, so let's do a bumper 3-match special here. Daniel Sparks, twisted knee out for 4 to 5 weeks. When did that happen? Little warning to Lee Sawyer, which is taken well. The only other option to play in the role of Daniel Sparks is Tony Adams. Interesting. Where have you come from? Strongest aspect of his game, bravery and team player. Weakest area, speed and acceleration. Right, let's see what you've got stats-wise, son. Dribbling 9, finishing 9, first touch 9. Oh no, first touch 6, sorry. Heading 8. Teamwork 14, off the ball, balance, jumping reach. Okay, so we've got a 174 centimetres. We're talking 2.5. Yeah, so we're talking a 5'8" target man is what I'm looking at here in Tony Adams from the under-18s. I tell you what we're doing. We've got a cup going. Let's throw him in. Why not? Let's have a bit of fun with this one. Lewis, anything to worry about? They haven't even got a flag. What division do they play in? Semi-professional. It's not telling me. Probably doing them I am doing a massive disservice not knowing what league they play in. Andy Marshall, goalkeeper. Let's have a look at your... is better than Paul Smith. And he's got coaching stats. No, I won't. I've already got my short-term goalkeeper option, and that's Paul Smith. So I don't need another one. Okay, let's get this together then. We'll keep the same formation on the go. Massive rotation going to be underway here, I would say. So, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Who's going to get a run out? I think what I might do to try and get everyone in is go back to the old formation, because then I've got people that can slot into different places. Right, so what am I going to do here? I want Tony Adams up front as target man. Nathan Elder can have a run alongside him. Actually, yeah, let's give Elder a run out because it's been Birch and Adamola the whole time. And Goy going in. Constantine Carter, do I want to give him a run out somewhere? Yes, I do, out in the right. Allen coming in at left wing. Yeah, let's give him a chance. Borrowdale in. Newman Duncliffe can have a go. I know he can do a job at this level, even though he is a young player. Did the job for us last season. We're up against a lower level club, so no concerns on that front. Marlon Romeo, is he good to go? Yes, he is. Alex Hedera, do I want to put him in? I'll put him in midfield instead of Hughes, just as a rotation option. Sweeney is playmaker. Yeah, let's get him some football. Let's see Tom Ross. Tom Ross can play centre back instead of for Cagner. Let's get Burtz in. This could backfire on me majorly, but hey, why not? Let's give it a try. Could be one of those where we try and get a little run going in the FA Cup, trying at Manchester United or something. You can always hope. Might keep an eye out and see if they've got any half-decent players here as well. Mike Gosney, 4 goals. Stats look a bit juicy for someone down at this level. Going to get a scout report on you. I think I might have taken these guys for granted here. Oh well. Just have to see, won't we? Well, judging by that, in the first 14 seconds of the game, I think they might be a little scared of us. Just as a guess. He says as they crack a corner off the crossbar right at the other end, minutes later. Sweeney tries to feed one in. Another chance. Finds Constantine Carter, who's beaten a couple of players and slots it into the side netting. Come on, son. Did all the hard work ghosting around 2 of them. It's a nice little move, that, actually. Someone a bit too keen with the sliding challenge. And what finish that was. I'm surprised someone got beaten at left back. Oh, it's Gary Borrowdale. Brilliant. Who'd have thought that, eh? Sweeney into Tony Adams. Not the Tony Adams, unfortunately. Would probably be a bit more solid at the back if it was. Ball in behind. Good save, Newman Duncliffe. And Tony Adams proving to be much like the old Tony Adams with that clearance into the back of the stand. Need him to go at the other end and put one in the back of the net for me if he doesn't mind. Chance for Carter to run. Finds Adams. Pings a nice little ball through to Elder. Actually, it was offside. Sweeney again trying to feed the men up top. Haven't quite got him pulling the strings the way I'd like him to be there. Newman Duncliffe, bit of catching practice from that attempted chip. Broadale up to Allen. Chance to run. Feeds Alex Adiro. Feeds Adams. Tony Adams chips it and pings it off of the bar. Off the post, was offside anyway. The only thing that's off... And as I lose the power of speech, we find ourselves going 2-0 down. Oh dear. I think it's probably rule number 7 of the Football Manager's rule book. Never underestimate your opposition. Chance for Adams. And what goal that is from the 16-year-old. Oh, that makes it worthwhile all in itself. On his Dover debut, check this out. Gets in behind the fullback. Deft little finish. Is that outside of the boot as well? Take a bow, son, I like you. The 5'8" target man. Sweeney up to Elder. What can he do with it? Finds Constantine Carter. Ball through to Adams. Fouled in the box maybe. Chance for Sweeney. 2-2. First goal of the season. And I think this is one thing we are going to get out of Sweeney. We've got his creative ability in pinging passes, which we haven't seen to full effect yet. But putting him up in a more advanced position, he does have the ability to finish. Which is handy, kind of like a poor man's Steven Gerrard, if you like. Adams to Elder. Chance for Carter to get on the end of it. He's going to let that go out for a corner instead. It's going to be Sweeney to whip one in. Teddy and Goy. Please tell me that wasn't where his header went. Please tell me that was a deflection. Don't think it was a deflection. Wasn't a deflection. Tony Adams, 16-year-old, has been cropped. Oh dear. Let's get Birchall on and let's get this last goal. Advance forward. Playing alongside Nathan Elder. Could be a blessing in disguise actually that Tony Adams is out for a couple of weeks, because after this performance I would have been tempted to throw him in for a few games. Things like that, and seeing young players sort of develop and produce goals even though their stats are pretty terrible, that sort of makes this game for me. That's what I get most of my enjoyment out of. Especially taking a top league team and then starting to work the youngsters in. That's pretty much my way. Sweeney well in. Sadira trying to chip up to Elder. Gets a second chance to find Elder, and he does. Chance for Birchall. Forces a save from the goalie. Comes for Birchall, got to finish, doesn't finish. Got the ball caught up under his feet. I think the one thing we don't want out of this, he says as he moves to overload, is a replay. Last minute goal for either team, please. Birchall to Elder. Needs to find a long range effort from outside of the box like he always does. Not that time. Don't have any problem when they're going for the effort though. He's scored enough over the last couple of seasons. And Goy up to Elder. Can't get underneath it. Alex Sedira can. Birchall. Foiled by the goalkeeper. Sweeney to Allen. Defender picks his pocket on the edge of the box. Uh-oh, they're in behind. Tom Ross well in. Happy to concede a corner. Too right he is. Either would have had an attacker barrelling in on him, or it would have slotted it into the back of the net himself. Okay, well, looks like we got a replay up and coming on that one, which is a shame. Looks like Tony Adams is alright. Alex Sedira going to be out for a couple of weeks though. Data member for 16-year-old Dover-born striker Tony Adams. He made a scoring start to his Dover career. Yeah, he did. We all saw that. And what a cracking goal that was. But bumper 3-match special here. This has been Crossy of Eclipse Gaming TV. And I will be back with you very shortly. I promise if you're watching this series live, there will not be as much of a gap before the next part goes up. But please give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Any comments, feedback, things that I can improve on further, drop them in the comments section. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. There's lots of good stuff still to come on it. Thank you very much.